Let's return to our top story now and those missile launches by North Korea. To talk more about this latest development, Professor Rajeswari Pillai Rajagopalan joins me now. She is the head of nuclear and space policy, the initiative at the Observer Research Foundation in Delhi. Thanks so much for joining us. Militarily, just tell us what you make of this test. Is it any more dangerous than what you've seen North Korea conduct before?
I think today's test is more in terms of sending a political message than a military demonstration, because the fact that they have done 4 missiles in one go, and these are not, doesn't look like they are the long-range intercontinental ballistic missiles, given that they were just about 1,000 kilometers, they are most likely the medium-range ballistic missiles. And it is more to do with a political message, trying to test the political leadership, new leadership in the US, the new bonhomie between Trump and the Japanese Prime Minister, as well as, testing the own Chinese, the leadership in terms of how the new equations are going to play out. So I think today's test by North Korea was more of a political messaging than actually demonstrating anything new in terms of new missile capabilities.
So when Japan says it represents a greater threat, would you agree?
I do agree. Clearly, they are mastering some of the old technology. They are repeatedly testing them. So in a sense, they are gaining better sense of what their capabilities are all about. Previously, there were some errors in some of the missile tests. They did not, there were some errors and faults. So they're trying to rectify some of those, but in terms of the way in which the Chinese, the North Korean leadership is trying to test the friendship, the new friendship between the Japanese and the Trump and the US under the new Trump administration, but also increasingly how China is going to respond to the new administration pressure on China to respond to North Korean situation. So I think it's more of a political messaging testing than actually demonstrating military capabilities. But clearly, anything in the direction of the Sea of Japan is going to be of military consequence to Japan.
Give us a sense, if you can, of North Korea's overall military capacity. Even if they aren't testing intercontinental ballistic missiles, how much of a threat is North Korea and its military to the region and to the world?
No, clearly there are serious consequences to what North Korea is doing. The number of, for instance, the nuclear tests as well as the delivery mechanisms in terms of multiple missile tests, both the ballistic long range as well as the medium range missiles. The number of tests that the North Koreans conducted last year were one of the highest in terms of the North Korean regimes in play. Even after Kim Jong-un came into office, last year witnessed the highest number of ballistic missile launches. Clearly, these do mean serious. In fact, it was the 2003 North Korean nuclear missile test that actually pushed Japan into actually moving ahead with their missile defense option. So continuing to kind of test even the Japanese as well as the South Koreans in this regard is a dangerous game, because the Japanese, especially under the Abe administration, it is prone to take much more much more muscular response to some of these kind of North Korean adventurism in a sense. So possibly you could see a North Korean as well as South Korean as well as Japanese moving towards more muscular options and responding to future North Korean nuclear and missile threats in a sense.
Okay, Professor Rajagopalan, thank you so much for joining us with your insight there from Delhi.